Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the session today about listing and fulfillment. We are going to start now. My name is Jun Liang, and together with me, I have Sean, who will be our speaker today, that will be sharing with you all about listing and fulfillment. And I hope you all enjoy the session. If there's any question, please do remember to raise it on the Q&A section. All right, then everyone, I will pass the control over to Sean. Over to you, Sean.
Hello, everyone. Give me a moment. Okay, hello everyone. So my name is Sean. So today we'll be going through like best practices to be discovered. So we are going to cover like F listing and also FBA. So later I'll just simply go through like who am I, what do I do, and which marketplace do I work with. So just to some important notice that this is actually only for Amazon. So please do not share with other people, or please do not share any screenshots or whatever. But don't worry, certain QR code, you can still take it and use it from Seller University. So that will be at the end of the day your main direction of help. Okay. So my name is Sean. So I'm the onboarding specialist for the Amazon Global Selling. So what I usually work with is actually the US marketplace and EU marketplace. So from there, I work with sellers to get them onboarded, to list their products, and to ship their products all the way to the fulfillment center in the relevant marketplaces. So I work with sellers to get them to educate them, nurture them, and then within their 1 year to get them to lead them to success. Never mind. So these are the 4 things that I'll be covering today: product listing, category approval and listing creation, and listing optimization. Just to note, right, this will just be a simple guide through about the listing itself. For more information, right, you can actually scan the QR code to go to Seller University for more in-depth listings and also listing optimization tips. So without further ado, let's start with product listing basics. So before you list your product, you have to understand why is listing important. So one thing to take note that every product on the Amazon store has a product detail page or PDP. So each product detail page has an image, a title, bullet points, and also product description. So this is also true across multiple sellers selling the same products. And also Amazon algorithm finds the best keywords across all the sellers, and then you input into your product detail page that increase the higher chances of conversion for your listing. So next, so each product detail page is paired with an offer, which is a buy box. So this varies based on the availability of your products, the shipping address of the customers, is to ensure that Prime members, right, get their purchase within the 2 days commitment period. So do not be alarmed. Let's just say your product do not have the buy box. So one of the key things to take note is the barcode, or for example, the product ID, we call it. So every product in Amazon has a barcode or a GTIN, a Global Trade Identification Number. So what we recommend here is to get your barcode from GS1. So these barcodes can come in multiple forms: UPC, EAN, JAN, or ISBN. So in Amazon, there are 2 kinds of sellers. One is resellers, which we'll have already on Amazon catalog. And the second will be brand owners, which they are selling new products new to Amazon. So later I will briefly share for like new sellers and also existing sellers how to find your listing or how to list your new products onto Amazon. And next will be approval. So in Amazon, you have to know what kind of products they are selling, whether they are restricted or whether they are not restricted. So for restricted products that needs category approval, you will need to get the necessary compliance documents and submit it to Amazon before you're able to have an active listing. And next, you have to get the right barcode. So best we'll get it from GS1, or let's just say you don't have your own barcode, you can seek an exemption. And then do some research on your listing, know what are the right keywords to use, the right title to use, the right images to use. So these are just some simple category approval. So certain items that do not need approval will be like books, camera, cell phones, accessory. Then certain products that you might need certain compliance document will be like baby products, health and personal care, consumer electronics. And then certain things that requires full compliance will be like gourmet food, fine jewelry, watches, and so forth. So for sellers that ask, oh no, I do not know what kind of compliance documents I need. So don't be alarmed. There are some basic things that maybe your logistic partner or like the compliance team, SPN or service provider network that you work with, right, might share with you, but you're unsure that what is the full compliance documents you will need. So what I personally recommend is for you to list them up first. Then under the compliance dashboard, right, it will tell you the compliance requirement documents that you will need. So these documents will be needed for you to be allowed to list your products on Amazon. So for those people who like need some tips on video compliance dashboard video tutorial, you can just scan the QR code and it will bring you to a video tutorial page. They will share more about this compliance dashboard. So personally, I feel that this dashboard will be very important for sellers that uses the listing on restricted in general. Not saying listing restricted, but just in general for you to know what compliance document you will need if you are very unsure. So next will be barcodes. So under the Amazon, we use a GTIN, which is the Global Trade GTIN number. So UPC, ISBN, EAN. We personally recommend you to get your barcode from GS1. But don't be alarmed. So if you do not have your barcode, your own barcode, or buy it from GS1, you can always get a GTIN exemptions. But you just have to remember that you have to get the get your images ready for you to submit. And for resellers, you have to get your manufacturer or public distributor to give you the approval before you're able to list it. So a simple GTIN exemption allows you to list on Amazon without having your own barcode. It's a simple step. So you just scan this QR code that will give you a GTIN exemption guide. This will take within 15 to 2 business days, depending on the turnaround of the items and the complexity of it. So you just have to input your product category, type your brand name and publisher, and then click check eligibility. So you'll receive an email from Amazon to give you the status of the application, whether it's rejected or whether it's accepted. So once it's accepted, you can proceed to start to list. So next will be listing creation. So in the first bar will be existing listing. You can find your products in Amazon catalog through the ASINs. So just type in the barcode or the ASIN, then you will show from there. So the other way is for you to actually add another product that is not on Amazon. Then I'll go through that on a later stage. Then only for professional sellers that has bulk upload, recommend you to use a flat file, which is you download a file and then you can do a mass upload of all your listing up there. But do take note that at the end of the day, this is still only eligible only for professional sellers. Okay, so for sellers that are using listing an existing product Amazon catalog, first at the top left, right, based on your UI, right, you can go to catalog, add a product. So from there, insert your GTIN or barcode from GS1. So from there, right, you are able to select the item itself will appear. So from there, select the condition of the product, new, used, so on and so forth. Then fill up the price and fulfillment channel, either FBA or merchant fulfilled by network. From there, you save and finish, and done. Your listing will be created. So for brand owners that are selling products that's only exclusively to not on Amazon, right? It's the same process. Rather than typing the ASIN, you have to click I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. So from here, right, you type in the category that you are searching for. You're selling, or find the best closest to what you are selling. For example, you're selling chair, gaming chair, office chair, so on and so forth. Just find the best category. So do take note, right, that different category have different templates. As such, I recommend to choose the most suitable product category for your listing. So once you chose your template, a category template, the template itself will be generated. From there, you will need to fill up the red boxes. These are mandatory before you're able to list the product. And one more thing, if you don't have a product ID, click on I don't have a product ID. Then, so if let's just say you did not apply for a GTIN, as you can see at the bottom right, a GTIN exemption is required, apply now. But for those people that have applied for GTIN exemption, this will not appear. And the moment you click I don't have a product ID, the rate will disappear. Then once you have, right, fill up the rest with the product item name, brand name, so on and so forth. So if you have variation, click on yes. Then you have like the different prices and the different sizes, colors for your variation to create your listing. So this will create a parent and child variation for your listing under one parent SKU. So just fill up all those in red and you're able to move with the listing itself. So next, before you do your listing or after you've done your listing, you will be questioned, how do I make my listing more presentable, more awareness for myself, for people to click? So you have to optimize your listing. So these are the 5 points that we have for you to actually improve your listing. Always have a short and descriptive title. First, always start with your brand name and the purpose of the bag and the unique selling point of the bag. Keep it short and sweet. So the moment a person scan through, customer scan through, they're able to understand, okay, what is this product telling me? Then always have a clear and high quality image. Like, to be honest, no one likes to click on a blurry image. And then have unique selling points in your bullet points. Say what's the point, what's the unique selling point of your products within these 5 bullet points. Makes it unique compared to other sellers or other competitors. Then compelling prices. Always check on Amazon through a product opportunity tools that Amazon have, or just do a random search on your competitor and check the prices. Always be competitive, as everyone wants to have the best deal. And last but not least, have variations. So different color, different sizes appeal to different customers. So having variations help you to increase your chances of customers buying your product. Then how do you define a good title? Have the keywords, have the selling points, and readability. So a simple 4 steps to follow is that have your brand name, keywords of products, features and function, and the purpose of it. So a simple one could be Amazon's Bluetooth speaker, water high bass for clubbing, for example. Then simple, sweet, you just take a look, you understand what is the point of the product. So one thing to take note that most customers or most sellers on Amazon get stuck at, right, is that they do not know what's a good image. So a must is that you have to have a white background, and the image itself, right, the product itself has to occupy at least 80% of the product. So no water print, no logo, no brand, no nothing, right, on the first image, which is the main image, must be on the main image. So the quality must be at least 1600 px and also must be a color. And do not edit it or highly saturate it. So just keep it simple and sweet and just let the product speak for itself. So last but not least, right, I recommend everyone, like brand owners especially, to have an A+ content. So A+ content increase sales by at least an average of 5% and improve the performance of your ads, deals, and coupons, and also reduce customer returns and negative reviews, and also encourage repeat purchases. So what in Amazon we actually recommend for you to put effort to actually create a brand loyalty on your products to encourage repeat purchases. By having a good brand, this encourages brand loyalty so that rather than customers clicking, it's word of mouth to recommend your brand. This will also help you increase your sales and also reduce negative reviews in general. So always stand out with rich text and image on the detail page. So connect with your customer with your brand story. Say what's your unique point of your brand, where you source your brand for, what was the purpose of it, share with your customers, let your customers relate to your brand. So from there, brand loyalty can be built. And also all this helps customers to make informed purchases. So you guys can just scan this QR code to learn more about how to sell on Amazon Global Selling for those who do not have an account. So for those people who are listed, you can scan the right QR code. I have a 1-page on listing optimization. I'll just give you a few minutes if you guys need both. Okay, I assume that most of it is done. Not really a few minutes, but okay. So the key learnings and takes away, right, will be always set yourself for success by always sourcing for high quality products. So always check if your products require additional approval. Optimize your listing to drive conversion and repurchase. And for brand owners, adopt A+ content best practices always on our webpage. So Amazon is a journey. Do not be disheartened at the start. So for sellers, you do not want to actually be very motivated. Then when you hear a lot of blockers, you just give up. Just try to go through with it. Many sellers take longer than required to launch, but then eventually the success will eventually come. So I recommend for you to actually do your homework first, get everything ready, then this will be a smoother process. So we have some Q&A from some of you sellers that actually give, before they join, they give some questions. So do I have to enroll my trademark while listing? Yes and no. So it's not a must to enroll in brand registry. You will need to enroll a trademark, and it is highly recommended from brand owners to have a valid local trademark for brand. So one thing I would say that for brand owners, I would say yes, it's a must, because brand registry and brand protection is very important for your brand. Like, you wouldn't want to put a lot of effort into making your brand and then someone comes in and steal your brand, your title, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So so does the A+ content description includes only pictures and text? Does it also includes video, movable image, and multi-font? So A+ content includes static image, multimedia videos, and text descriptions for listing in the US marketplace. So what are the specific listings for supplements? I see a listing that seems to be compliant but then taken down by Amazon. So one thing I recommend that is always check the compliance page in your inventory listing. So understand the documents that you will need to be allowed to list the products. And one thing I would say that compliance is an ever-changing category. So today, like, let's just say your product can be safe, everything is okay, but maybe like in the next month, the US FBA said, hey, I kind of think we need more compliance document for a certain product. So your listing will get taken down. As such, for those sellers who are selling like supplements, health and product, always double check the compliance document on a regular basis to see the most updated compliance documents that you will need to be able to list on Amazon. So next, we'll go by fulfilled by Amazon. I'll just take like a few seconds break for any questions that you guys want to ask for Q&A for listing. Is there?
Yeah, thank you, Sean, for sharing the first part. We do have a Q&A. We do have a question from our seller attendees. So first questions that we have was, how long does it take for you to write the whole listing?
So how long does it take for you to write the whole listing? To be honest, I would say that this will take within like 15-20 minutes to a few days or a few weeks, based on the kind of documents that you need to be allowed to have a proper listing on Amazon. So let's just say if you are selling a product that do not need any category approval, compliance approval, one simple skill we can take you within like an hour to list. So second questions. Is A+ content only available on professional accounts even though trademark has been approved? A+ content is allowed for brand registered sellers. So as long as you're brand registered Amazon, you have access to A+ content. Does A+ content allows video or images? Video and images. GIF, no. The question is the Amazon new seller happy hour on 11 April created by Liu and Amazon endorsed by Amazon? Is it encouraged to attend? Someone from the team will reply to you on that.
Marketing team have some events going on. I think it's on the 11th of April, like what you mentioned. So this is actually an event from marketing that they actually organizes. So whether or not it's encouraged to attend, I think since you know where the source from, you might want to see whether it's relevant for you at your current journey with Amazon. If you think that the topics covered is something that you want to find out more, you definitely want to sign up and attend the sessions, because I think you can meet with other sellers as well as also to understand a little bit more regarding the topic that is shared there. So I hope that answers your questions. If not, yeah, feel free to add on to the Q&A.
Okay, I think I'll just take one last question before we move on. So what are the requirements to sell gated products? As I mentioned earlier, you can do your due diligence to find out the most basic documents that you will need, or the requirements that you will need. But if you are really unsure, the best way is actually what I recommend earlier, to list your product first, then check the compliance dashboard. From there, they'll tell you the necessary documents that you will need, right, to sell on Amazon. So I personally recommend that way to be faster, or if you know any like compliance or logistic company, can always reach out to them and they'll give you the best to their knowledge. Okay, so I guess that's all. We'll move on to the next segment will be FBA. So we'll go through this 8 will be types of fulfillment, why use FBA, storage fees, if FBA is right for you, understanding if your product is suitable for FBA, and then convert your products to FBA, and new FBA new selection program. So the types of fulfillment on Amazon will be 2, merchant fulfillment network and fulfilled by Amazon. So under merchant fulfilled network, you list your items. However, you have to ship your products to your buyer and also handle the returns and all customer related. However, for fulfilled by Amazon, which we highly recommend, will be to use all you have to do is focus on listing your products and ship your products to the fulfillment center. And Amazon will handle everything from customer service to returns. In my hand. Okay, so why use fulfilled by Amazon? So with Amazon, you store your products in our Amazon Fulfillment Center, or FC we call it. Amazon picks and packs and ships your products to your customer and also offer customer service to your FBA products. So around the world, there are about 200 plus Amazon Prime members worldwide. And on average, FBA sellers sees a potential 20 to 25% increase in sales after adopting FBA. So FBA covers 185 FBA Amazon has 185 fulfillment centers in more than 200 countries globally. So for a starter, what we encourage most sellers is to actually focus on North America marketplace first. So North America focuses on US, Canada, and Mexico. So the 6 benefits of FBA will be to save on fulfillment costs by shipping in bulk, reach out to millions of Prime members, potentially increase product visibility and conversion with the Prime badge, and also let Amazon handle getting the products to your customers within 2 days. And also we support 24/7 customer support in local languages, and we handle all customer returns and exchanges. So free delivery is the most important factor for 83% of shoppers who order online. So Prime members in the US enjoy free shipping on their orders and get 2-day delivery in most states. And FBA products makes your products Prime badge, eligible for Prime badge. So one thing to take note is that your first 90 days are critical. So leverage on FBA to get orders and traffic. So let's take a closer look at FBA operation. So from first leg, ship the products to Amazon Fulfillment Center after prepping them. And then Amazon accepts and stores the items and ensure that they can be delivered buyer on time. When the buyer make purchases, the Amazon warehouse will do the sorting and the packing, and Amazon delivers the item to the buyer. So Amazon uses the local language, include Mexico or any other marketplaces that you are selling in, and offer them the local language if they have any questions or any feedback on your products. So one of the few things that, for example, we have a customer called Petite that joined last year. So within the first Prime Day themselves, right, which with you FBA will be eligible for Tier 1 products, they see an increase on month-to-month of 80 to 90% of their gross merchandise value. So during like such events, if you are eligible with FBA, you're able to increase your daily sales volume up to 5 times. So another use of FBA will be to save a lot of time and resources. There will be other spend figuring out operation needs, logistics, shipping of products, ensuring that you reach your product on time, and to prevent a late shipment. And last but not least, whether you have 10 orders a month, 10,000 orders a month, your main focus at the end of the day was just to ship your products to the FBA fulfillment center and let Amazon handle the rest. So next, what are the kind of storage and fulfillment fees might be some of your concerns? Or is this too good to be true? It's going to be expensive. So just to share you some of the fees, there will be inventory storage fees. So all these will be charged for all inventory stored in the Amazon Fulfillment Center. So fulfillment fees, so charge for delivering your products. removal order that just say your item has expired, you do not want products anymore, Amazon charges a fee to remove it for you, and also returns processing fee. So there are certain unplanned service fees, such as for example, you require Amazon to help you label your products, to pack your products. So let's just say your products come in a condition that's not accepted by FBA. They'll charge you a certain fee to help you label it, to make it FBA ready. And last but not least, inventory of more than 365 days, there will be a long-term storage fees. So the best way I can explain is that Amazon F Fulfillment Center is not a warehouse. It's just a pit stop for your products to reach your customers. So an easy way to calculate your cost for FBA will be to scan this QR code, will be the FBA fee calculator. So do take note that this is just for estimation. So it's meant for you to calculate your margins to give you an estimate of how much it will cost to ship with FBA. Okay. So is your product suitable for FBA? So note that heat-sensitive inventory, products that require aircon or freezing, perishable products, alcohol, and counterfeit or illegal replicated products are a big no for FBA. So you can actually download this Perfect Jumpstart Launch playbook to actually have a full outline of all the necessary steps and all the Amazon selling journey for you to able to understand from listing, registration, brand registry, listing, FBA, and all the way to ads and so on and so forth. So next, I'll cover how to create a product listing and also print and paste the skills all the way to sending and tracking your shipment. So do take note that Amazon barcodes, for example, manufacturer barcodes will just have makeup numbers. So the Amazon barcode that is generated to you will have its own ASIN or fin skill, we call it, and you'll have a short description of your products. So each label you send requires a unique FBA box label. So previously I mentioned the product skill, so that is for your individual product. After you have submitted, pasted your individual product, when you create a shipment plan, you will need another FBA label, and this will direct you to which fulfillment center you are sending it to. And this also let the fulfillment center know that this particular shipment is arriving. So after you have created your listing, you have to convert them to FBA ready. So you have to go to your manage all inventory, then at the top left, you click all, change to fulfilled by Amazon. Once that has been ready, you can actually create your shipment plan. So under the creating a shipment plan, goes to inventory and go to shipments and click send to Amazon. And it will be broken down to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So just follow the necessary steps. So just take note that during your listing, your dimensions and weight will be important for your shipment state, but do not be alarmed. Before you can move on to the next step, you'll be required to fill up the missing information in your listing for them to be FBA ready. So once that has been ready, input your shipment tracking ID, track the status of shipment via the shipping queue dashboard. So for those sellers who are working with a logistic partner, before you go to shipping queue at the step 2, right? The FBA box ID label, right, will give you the address that you are sending to. So use this address and negotiate or talk to your logistic partner to know the cost of how much is it to ship over to the fulfillment center. Okay, for FBA new selection program benefits, you can get a free monthly storage and free removals for both standard and oversized ASIN for limited time, and also a US $100 discount on Amazon partner carrier for shipping for new FBA sellers. So note that sellers have to enroll for this program and will be based on sellers and ASIN eligibility. So, okay, in general, I recommend, like I was saying at the start, I recommend sellers to always refer to Seller University if they have any questions or any doubts or any of the Amazon processes. So you can just scan this QR code to get to Seller University. Or for sellers that have an account, go to the left and go to Learn and click on Seller University. Simply search for the topics that you want to learn. For example, listing. Then you can search for any of the listing guides or topics they had, or simply use the pre-customized learning to also customize your learning to suit your journey, or just simply choose the most popular topics for you. So for example, for listing, I recommend you to scan this QR code to get direct access to the product listing basics. From there, take a 1 hour understand the process of how to list. And also for FBA, you can just simply scan this QR code to understand more about the different logistics solution, what's the different fulfillment, the shipment operation plans, and everything. So I'd like to share that everything that we cover today, we have access on Seller University. So I highly recommend Seller University to be your first go-to if you have any doubts, like I mentioned earlier. So next, I'll just go to the common questions and answers. So one of the first common questions are, can I ship my products to the local fulfillment center? No, you cannot. You have to, if you are selling on Amazon.com, you have to send to a US fulfillment center. And if you are selling to Amazon UK, you have to send to Amazon UK fulfillment center. So which Amazon fulfillment center in the US do I ship my inventory to? So when you create your shipment plan, the fulfillment centers are selected for you. So do take note that if you are sending in shipments bulk, your shipment might be divided into multiple shipments. So based on your products you're shipping and where you're shipping from. So this helps Amazon to get your items to your customers right within 2 days. So what information do I need to prepare for my FBA shipment plan? So ship from address will be where you're shipping it from. Could be your own company, could be your manufacturing. So decide whether it's going to be a case pack or individual pack, the quantity of units and number of boxes being sent in, how it's going to prep, how we're going to label it, the shipment dimension weight, and the date of pickup from logistic partner carrier. So can I get Amazon to label my products on my behalf? Yes, you can actually use FBA prep service to get them to label your products, but do take note that this costs extra. And you have to first check if your products are eligible for Amazon prep service. And during shipment creation, please remember to click optional service and select Amazon to enroll into these prep services. So when does my inventory become active? So inventory will be active, but listing will be unavailable if there is no active quantity stocks in the fulfillment center. So once your products reach the fulfillment center, give it about 1 to 2 business days when your shipment reach the fulfillment center for them to scan and vet through your products. So from there, during peak period, it might take longer, maybe up to 1 to 2 weeks. So best to always ship your products before peak period. So what are specific listings requirements for supplements? Oh, I guess this has been went through already. Yeah. So actually we come to the end of the webinar for today. So you can just scan the QR code to join our Facebook page to understand more, to get more updated news. So you just go to a simple Q&A. Okay, so we just have one question, or anyone who would like to ask questions now, feel free to spam it through. So how does FBA pack for us? Do they help package individually if 100 cups in a carton box? No, so this depends on your listing. So if your listings are saying that one product is equals to 100 cups, they will just paste the one product or how it's packed. So if you are shipping in one box with 100 cups, they will just paste on the carton box. If you are selling 100 cups individually, then we'll paste 100 barcodes onto the 100 cups individually.
Hi, everyone. While you are still wondering, what question to ask, feel free to put it in the Q&A. So I would need maybe like 1 to 2 minutes of your time. I'm going to share a quick survey poll that's probably popping up on your screen right now. So really appreciate if you can just help us to give us some feedback so that we can improve on our future webinars. And one of the Q&A's question that was asked by one of our attendees is that, do we have monthly online training classes and courses like this today? So yes, there is. I've shared the link as well. You can see on the Q&A response, as well as I think the QR code here should link you back to the webinar page as well. So do bookmark that page. and then you will be able to see what are the upcoming webinar we have. There's a couple of exciting ones that we are planning up for April, so please do stay tuned and check out the page often. Over here, we have the webinars and events link as well as Seller University. So I think one of the Q&A question that was raised by one of our attendees is, do we have any upcoming training courses like this today? So yes, we definitely have. The link is over there in the response as well as the QR code. So you can use a phone to scan, or you can just type in on your URL. All right, and then I do see some questions. Okay, while I'm answering the question, please continue to help us to put in the survey response. All right, let me see. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so I got this a very good question. So the one of you asked us, are we part of Amazon? So yes, we are part of Amazon. So Sean is actually a onboarding specialist who's with the Amazon Global Selling team, and I myself is also from Amazon as well. So yes, I hope that answered your questions. And the other question that I saw is you can't hear my voice. So you're right. I was actually muted just now. So thanks for Sean to tell me that I was muted. I hope all of you still can hear me. All right. Let me see if there's more questions. Just keep your questions coming in. We have a lot of time until 4. So yeah, feel free to put in more questions. I'm sure you have a lot to ask Sean, right? We don't usually have speakers, so don't waste this chance.
Maybe you guys have no questions about what you guys want to learn in the future, like what are you guys hoping to learn? It's always good. Feel free to just type it out.
Thanks for the questions. Yeah, keep it coming on. Like, what else would you like to know in our future session, so that will help us customize more relevant webinar for you.
So I have a question that is called, how easy or difficult is it to sell gated products? I mean, with respect to the requirement. To be honest, I would say that follow the guidelines. If you let us say you already have no product that you want to sell, reach out to the compliance requirement team that will help you get it. So how easy or how difficult really depends on your product. It's actually a subjective. So I would say that certain products will take longer, certain products might take shorter. But always do your research, know how long it takes before you decide to go with that product. If you already have a brand owner and have a product, then I would say that just go ahead with it. Oh, like electronics. Electronics really depends. So it depends on what electronics are. You need like maybe a radar, Bluetooth, electric, battery, changing your plugs to US, because they just say if you're staying in Singapore, you're using 3-pin plugs. But US, they're only using 2-pin plugs with a different voltage. So how long or how short it takes, right, depends. Let's just say your manufacturer can tell you, okay, we take like 1 year or 6 months to change this. But the documents will be usually really depends on your compliance a team that you're working with. So for that, really can't give you a clear-cut answer on that, but depends, really subjective. So current product, I'm currently researching products to sell on Amazon. Any tips you can give me? I'm a first-time seller. Okay, for this, right, Amazon has plenty of tools that helps first-time sellers to actually sell on Amazon. One of these tools is actually product opportunity tool. So let's say once you register an account, you have access to this tool, then you can use it as a baseline to start with your research of like the top trending products, so and so forth. You can always search Google like top 10 bestseller today, last week, so and so forth, then to see what kind of products you need. And the next is that Amazon has like a service provider network that connects you to various different kind of like experts for you to maybe get your compliance document, your listing stuff, your manufacturer, your logistics. So to be honest, if you're a first-time seller and you do not have an Amazon account, I highly recommend you to sign up for one. And then also use the Seller University 90-days guideline because it covers from new sellers to existing sellers. So for new sellers, it actually helps you with to get like the tips to source source for your own manufacturer, source of products. Then from there, do a registration of your brand, so and so forth. So I'll say that for new sellers, best is for you to actually leverage on all the different tools and education materials, right, that Amazon has for you. So take your time to actually digest it, do not rush into it. Then yeah, that's about it. So in short, register for an account, so access to the tools that Amazon has for you. Any other questions? If not, I'll count to 15 and I'll end it. 1. I'm just joking. Okay, we'll end in 3:50 in 2 minutes. If there's no other questions being asked.
Any more questions? So by the way, after you end the webinar, there's going to be a very quick survey. So appreciate if you could spend some time putting in your thoughts on what can be improved, what you want to see in future, what are the topics and things you're concerned with, so that we can do better next time to create more relevant webinar for you. Please remember to do that short survey for us. Thank you very much.
Okay, last 1 minute, guys. See you guys in the next webinar. Especially, I see there's a lot of Filipino sellers here. Shout out to you guys.
All right, I think we are good. So once again, thanks for joining on time. We have Sean today as a speaker. Thank you so much, Sean. And myself is Jun Liang. So really want to see you again in our next webinar. Remember to visit the links on the webinars and events and do sign up, and you can see us again soon on the live webinar. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.